It's February 3rd, 2017. This is the Overdose Talk Show. What's up, Alex?
How are you?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I just got over being sick, so...
Feeling better from your asthma attack?
An asthma attack, and then I had strep throat, so they gave me a penicillin shot and the fucking strongest antibiotics ever.
And now you're back in the game. Congratulations.
Back at it. Yeah.
Doing a little 2 a.m. show here.
Right, yeah, doing it, like, as soon as I got done with that, I'm back at doing 2 a.m. shows in a row, drinking whiskey until 6 in the morning, so...
Attaboy. Yeah, we wanted to hop on tonight and just do kind of a quick show for you guys because there's so much shit going on that, you know, it ends up being a little bit too much to cover in 2 shows a week. So we're going to probably start doing a little bit more. Today, it's the protests in Berkeley over the Milo Yiannopoulos, the presentation he was there to give, which I think was mostly going to be about Halloween costumes, from what I heard. That was kind of the theme of it, is how college campuses are trying to restrict Halloween costumes in this idea of like, hey, you can't dress up like a Native American. That's offensive. Stuff like that. Well, it's like, yeah, I would agree that dressing up like a Native American is a little fucked up, but you can't tell people what they can and can't do like that. You know what I mean? It is a weird thing to do. I'm not sure why you'd want to do it.
Exactly.
But, again, part of this slippery slope of restriction of speech and behavior that isn't immediately threatening, but they're trying to paint it as that.
Right.
And so now this protest, it says, has caused $100,000 in damage because it wasn't really a protest, I guess. It was more of a riot.
It was a riot.
Yeah, I mean...
Also, I just want to add real quick, we talked all about... because this broke last night as we were doing the show, so we talked about it and we kind of explained Milo last night. So we're not going to go into that again. You can listen to the last night's show for that.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk the updates, what we've missed.
But needless to say, the amount of the controversy that surrounds Milo
protest.
What? The amount of controversy that surrounds Milo is fucking strange, considering that he is one of the least threatening people I can possibly think of in the quote-unquote alt-right. He really is funny. He's doing a shtick to a certain point. He's got some humor involved. He makes a lot of good points. He says things that a lot of people aren't going to like hearing, but again, that's part of life, isn't it? Or it used to be. The university blamed... So they show up to where he was going to speak and cause a huge ruckus. We're talking about supposedly leftist protesters. I think this stuff is more controlled by the government than a lot of people do. 150 masked agitators for the unrest, saying that they blamed 150 masked agitators for the unrest, saying that they had come to campus to disturb an otherwise peaceful protest. And they're talking about the Black Bloc. And as I've been talking about for 2 years on this show, those guys are obviously some sort of paid agitators and provocateurs.
Yeah,
at least at the center.
These things, I'm thinking, like, almost 80% of the people are George Soros paid directly from somebody.
Well, we've seen the weird shift lately where the fascist student group, anti-fascist student groups,
the anti-fascist fascists,
the anti-fascists who attempt to limit political speech that they don't like through violence or threat thereof. Those anti-fascists.
Right.
Yeah, anyways, we've seen recently this switch from a lot of like kind of passionate protesting that's been going on for years and years to now you're seeing more and more violence coming out of the leftist gatherers, protesters, rioters, whoever they are. We've seen more and more violence. It really seems like it's ramping up and becoming more popular.
And I think a lot of these people used to, like, they're the type of people who would praise Martin Luther King or Gandhi, and now they're getting a little more Malcolm X. They're getting, they've turned violent.
The left has just gone off its rocker. It's just fucking,
I know. Like it's like we're not trying to attack all you guys that much, but it's just.
Yeah, things are. I mean, you can't. Like, look, they're basically stalking this guy everywhere he goes, all over the country. And we're talking about Milo Yiannopoulos. Yep. They're basically just following him everywhere he goes, causing disturbances. This has been happening for a couple years. I've been seeing videos of people that just disrupt his presentations and speeches with nothing to say. Remember the one in Chicago where the kids just came in and started marching around and blowing whistles. They looked like total morons. Milo always gives people the opportunity to say something, but these people were completely incapable of saying anything, and they didn't like the fact that Milo has talked shit about Black Lives Matter. And again, if you listen to our show, you know we don't fucking sit around talking shit about Black Lives Matter and trying to make them look stupid and putting the right wing on a pedestal. We're not that kind of people either.
No,
but
we're not right wing.
But it's disturbing to see this amount of forceful kind of limiting of speech. You know, that's so if it was happening to the left, I would stand up for them, but it really isn't. Right. You don't see left-wing speakers and protesters being driven off college campuses and having their events completely disrupted. You know what I mean? It really is a strange and childish trend that has sprung up. As we talk about all the time, you feel free to ignore people if you don't like what they're saying.
I'm sure I'm not the only one that is attracted to people who are not allowed to speak at universities.
Yeah, exactly.
They're really fucking shooting themselves in the foot here.
Yeah, black-clad protesters wearing masks threw commercial-grade fireworks and rocks at police. Some even hurled Molotov cocktails that ignited fires. And this is where I get a little bit torn on this. I don't give a fuck about the cops. Fucking throw bombs at the cops. I don't give a shit. That's not what I'm mad about. I'm just mad at the weird hypocrisy of the entire thing, and also this ramping up now that there's a Republican in office. So let's be fair. I'm sure some of these people were out protesting the war the whole time Obama was in office, but for the most part, you know, it wasn't going on in this way to this scale, and the media was definitely not covering it. You know.
No.
So whatever. I know some of you guys are out there and you really are about smash the system, smash the state. That's cool with me. I get a little bit torn. I'm like, am I really mad that they broke windows at banks? No, not really. You know, am I really mad that they're throwing shit at cops? No, I'm not.
Well, yeah, I know, but it is like these people need to realize they're destroying their own communities. But what I do get mad at is that story about the limo driver. Where was he from? Where he got his limo destroyed. He was an immigrant.
Yeah, and I forget where he was from, but he
was a Muslim immigrant.
Exactly.
A limo driver, and they trash his limo because they think every limo is like there's a rich person in it, and it just ruined like this guy's life. These people they're getting to be very frustrating. And we were talking earlier. It's like, as much as I know it's illogical and will do no good, man, of all of the videos we've watched, and we look at everything. I swear to anyone who's listening to give it an honest assessment and go out and look for yourself and see how many more videos there are of quote unquote leftist protesters being violent and initiating force against people in the right. It is way more common than the other way around. And we've all seen the old cowboy punch the black kid at the Trump thing. I know that it has happened. I know that it happens here and there, but I'm talking about just the overall trends in these two camps. The right-wing people seem to be a lot more peaceful at this point, and you know, I'm getting a little concerned that they're not going to remain peaceful for much longer. And if this trend continues of, you know, because it's the one guy punches Richard Spencer, you know, the ethno-state dude. Oh, right.
And everybody celebrates and whatever. Yep. And even for somebody like me or you, Richard Spencer is kind of a doofus. He's one of those race-obsessed guys that thinks that's the cause and solution to all problems in life, you know, and that we all need to split up and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's kind of despicable in a way, but it starts with that. You punch that guy, you know, everybody saw that viral video, and everybody celebrates online and blah, blah, blah. And now we're seeing more violence. It seems like every time there's a demonstration or a protest, now somebody's getting fucking beat up and something's happening. And
right.
I think it's just becoming more and more the norm, and people are starting to encourage each other and support each other in doing stuff like this. But I'm concerned that the right wing is not going to remain peaceful for much longer, because I'm not a right wing guy. I swear to God, even though it fucking sounds like it a lot of the time, I am really not. I'm looking at this stuff and I'm starting to just daydream about, like, me and you and a couple other guys we know just going out to these places with Trump shirts on just to get in brawls. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
yeah.
Like, and I know there's plenty of other people out there thinking the same thing, and that's going to start fucking happening. And then where are we at? What is that going to do?
Yeah, I want to get the typical red "Make America Great Again" hat and just walk around and just confront people.
Just to start that, but that's what the people on the left, how crazy they've gotten. They don't seem to realize you're causing people who wouldn't ordinarily hate you or your cause to hate you and your cause. That's what you're doing, you know, and it really is when you act, you know, you act as this big amoebus, you know, groupthink kind of fucking organized whatever you are. You really do turn people against you that wouldn't normally give a shit.
They're so detached from real human emotion that they don't understand that this is turning people away from their cause.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And so, like, do I really hate these people? No, but I see enough of this shit and I go, you know what? I think I'm gonna get my group of pro-Trump people that I know all together, and let's go down there and see if anybody wants to fuck with us. You know, all these fucking nerdy little kids swinging their poles around. You know, you're sitting there watching the videos just thinking, oh God, if that was me, I would fucking tackle the shit out of that dude and bash his head in. You know,
dude, so, like, I'm thinking, like, if I was like 16, 17, Trump got elected, I still wasn't really awakened, I might be one of those fucking protests. Like, I'm so glad the events and the time in my life has worked to shape my views, because I think I woke up at the right time, because we've talked about this before. I fell for the Obama thing the first time.
Sure.
Really just because I believed in like hey, let's give it a try. Let's make change, but didn't know about globalism then. Didn't know about all that. So
right.
To me, it was just like, hey, give it a chance.
Let's see. The USC Berkeley, whoever their spokesperson is, said, "We condemn in the strongest possible terms the violence and unlawful behavior that was on display and deeply regret that those tactics will now overshadow the efforts to engage in legitimate and lawful protest against the performers' presence and perspectives. While Yiannopoulos' views, tactics, and rhetoric are profoundly contrary to our own..." Oh, wait, I already read that, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't read that part. Sorry. "They're profoundly contrary to our own. We are bound by the Constitution, the law, our values, and the campus's principles of community to enable free expression across the full spectrum of opinion and perspective." Yeah, that's a nice thing to say, but do any of your staff or faculty support that? You know, do you promote that message on campus in any possible way? Or have you just kind of sat back the last 15, 20 years like a lot of universities and just let it become more and more a sort of fascist leftist state on campus? You know, I mean, anybody who's been to college who has more like anarchist or right wing or whatever views they have that aren't typically democratic, they know that I remember being 22, 23, you just don't fucking talk about it to anybody because they're all gonna be mad if you disagree with them. They really do breed this sort of rabid atmosphere of persecution for anyone that disagrees with them.
A few years ago, I would start to like kind of wake up my friends to little stuff like fluorides, GMOs, stuff like that. That can be proven really easily. Right. But politically, I never got into it because, there's never been a Trump-type movement. And I just, this year, I was like, fuck it. I'll take anyone on a conversation. The people on the left, they just, no arguments. They're all emotion. They have, or it's something that it's a buzzword they've heard on TV. They don't know anything. I've tried to engage so many people and they shut down. They'll make a political statement, so I'll ask them to elaborate on that, and then they say, "Oh, I don't talk politics." Right. Like,
yeah, I love that. I'll make the casual, dismissive, insulting statement, and then if I'm asked to elaborate, I don't want to do this. And then you try to tell them something like, "Look, I don't have time to sit around all day on the internet and look this stuff up." Well, then shut your fucking mouth, okay?
Yeah, shut your fucking mouth, because I do. I fucking am passionate about this.
I have no life at all. This is all I do.
When I have free time, I don't watch football. I fucking like to inform myself. Right. So I'm sorry that. No, I do know more than you about this shit, and I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to get on my high horse.
Yeah, and I know typically typically people that say that, I'm thinking of friends that you and I both know and people we know that will, if they're cornered in any conversation, like, yeah, you and your internet. Like, oh, excuse me, was I using the greatest collection of knowledge and archives ever created in the history of mankind? Is that what I was using? Yeah, actually it was. What do you do, go to the fucking library and read 30-year-old books? What the fuck do you mean? Yeah, the internet. That's where I learned this stuff.
Right. Yeah,
just because it's on the internet doesn't mean I don't have the capability to somehow vet my sources and figure out through a consensus of people that I trust and stuff that whether or not something is credible. All right. Anyways, but these are the same kind of people that say that shit. They're the same kind of people that indulge in a lot of mindless entertainment. It's like, you don't have time, huh? You got time to watch an entire fucking football game for 3 hours or some shit.
Or
you
you watch The Bachelor every week. If you're a woman, a lot of women watch those stupid shows where they all just bitch at each other. The housewife shows.
Is The Bachelor a show still? I thought that was from 10 years ago.
It's like people are all into it. I don't know why. It was never good.
Okay. You can't, once you stop watching TV, you can't go back. It just seems so stupid, and the rhythm of it is so nauseating, and you're getting yacked at by these fucking advertisements all the time. It's like, buy my thing. Buy this one.
The moment I gave it up, and like I have my TV set up where I have a YouTube app, I can go on there and I pick and choose what I want to see. Why would you go back from that at all?
I don't know how anyone can watch TV anymore.
No, I watch YouTube and occasionally Netflix. That's it.
Let's see. Milo said, I'm just stunned that hundreds of people were so threatened by the idea that a conservative speaker might be persuasive, interesting, funny, and might take some people with him. They have to shut it down at all costs. And I think that's a really great point, is because why would you care if his message is so nonsensical and so obviously full of hate? What is it that you think? You think so lowly of your town, the people that live in your town and the fellow students at your school and all these people that you know, and everyone across the country. That's how you really think that lowly of people, that they're just persuaded by some dumb racist guy up there? Is that really what you think?
Hey, well, let's to be fair, they do know that they're easily persuaded by the media.
But still, it's like this idea.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
but like
the idea that like if Milo was indeed some crazy racist asshole, that's how low you think of everyone, that they enjoy, that they would enjoy somebody like that.
They couldn't see through it, right?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, it kind of turns you into it puts you in a contradictory position, I would say, because like if you think the guy's that obviously terrible, then what are you worried about? He wouldn't be getting support unless you really believe everyone else is that fucking bad, which is kind of crazy.
I don't know. Unless they're convinced that there's people that can be swayed into this fascist thinking.
That's what I mean. How fucking crazy and like frothing at the mouth racist do you think everyone really is? I mean, that's fucking paranoid. So obviously, if the guy's getting massive support and he has a passionate fan base and stuff like this, and he's going around doing humorous presentations and political ones and blah blah blah, why would you think that people would get behind that if he was really that fucking evil? I just don't get that. Like. But whatever. Okay, I guess you could say, well, Hitler was popular and blah blah blah. Fine, whatever. Everyone's Hitler. Whatever.
You didn't have the fucking internet when they had Hitler, dude.
But everyone you don't like is Hitler, and that's what.
Right. I hate that term because it's in schools we're taught like how bad fascism is, but they skip over communism, even though it's killed far more people.
Yeah, they never really taught us about Mao or
Mao is the worst, or Stalin
or Pol Pot or any of these people. Yeah, they never.
Stalin killed what 3 times as many people almost as Hitler, or more. Without
getting too far into Holocaust revision, I would say that it's a little unclear how many people you can pin on Hitler, but Stalin. I think the Russians' own estimates are 40 to 60 million, something like that.
Oh, I heard 20 to 25, but either way,
Okay,
it's not.
whatever,
I also heard 7 to 9 for Hitler. So it's like
I know I've seen that going around, and I've seen other people make the case that it could be as low as like 1.5 million or something.
You
Like
know what,
it doesn't matter. That's
whatever.
It's a lot of
The
fucking people in it.
point being, communism has killed more people,
Right.
but they teach. Well, some teachers are pro-communism, and they teach that fascism is terrible, and you need to fight it no matter what. I mean, since World War II, they've taught in school that fascism's the worst, and we need to destroy it, even with violence.
Right.
And then they get the masses to believe, or anyone who's a Trump supporter and Trump, they're all fascists. So the only way you beat fascists is like World War II, where you physically attack all of them, and that's what they're doing. It's manifesting.
It's just, dude, it's really can't be said enough. If this does turn into a thing where it really becomes violent between the right and the left in this country, it's not going to go well for the left. And I'm not saying that as like a tough guy thing. It's just think about it, okay? Just fucking think about it. Think about what you're doing out there and what you're supporting. Whatever. I'm not some huge like fetish. I don't like fetishize peaceful protest either. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying there's not a time for violence. I'm just saying direct it in the right place and for a good reason.
Yeah,
you know.
This is a bit off topic.
Don't be spraying some fucking cute little blonde girl in the face with mace who's actually praising a lot of your side. This girl with the Make America Great. This? Yeah, the Make America Great hat, and she's she's a like pretty young blonde chick, you know.
Real pretty young blonde girl. She seems actually very smart because it's a ABC reporter talking to her, and he's baiting her in with these questions like, so what do you hope to hear tonight? You know, like, what do you hope to hear from this man?
Let me play,
but she you can tell she's very smart, and you'll hear it. I'll just let you hear it.
Okay, let's see it.
I don't know. It's just protesters here right now. Who knows?
Turn it up.
Still up in the air.
What did you want to hear?
So he just said it's a little bit hard to hear. The audio's
yeah. So maybe repeat what they're saying.
He just said, "What do you want to hear tonight?"
I'm not exactly certain what you mean by that necessarily.
So she
Which
says,
is a great answer.
Right, yeah. As though you're gonna get her to say like, "Oh yeah, I want them to put the niggers in their place." What do you want her to say, dude? You know,
exactly.
She knows exactly what he's trying to do. Yeah.
Which was she's smart.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're going on.
I'm looking to just make a statement by being here, and I think the protesters are doing the same. And props to them for the ones who are doing it non-violently, but I think that's a very rare thing indeed.
Pause.
Right there, she's saying, "Hey, look, I'm just here to do the same thing the protesters are doing. Props to them.
Yeah.
Everything's cool." So, like,
said,
what more do you want from this?
She
this
said
girl?
she has no political agenda except she wants to express her free speech, to be here. I guess to just say to support Milo and say I'm against these protesters. She says that she's like I give props to the people that are doing it non-violently.
Right.
And then what happens 3 seconds later?
One of these little fucking fascist people, whoever they are, comes running up, spray right in the face with
a big can of pepper spray.
That was like one of the fucking
the police one.
Yeah, or like you use for bears or some shit.
Right, like bear mace.
Right, yeah. Just sprays her right in the fucking face.
Runs up because she's wearing a Trump hat.
Luckily, it didn't look like he got her directly in the eyes, but definitely she was gonna have to. She's gonna deal with some very bad discomfort of some kind. I imagine.
God,
I've been in the same room where mace was sprayed, and I was like choking, and my eyes were watering, and
really?
It was 10 feet away from me. So yeah, I'm sure that didn't feel good.
I was just so surprised at the timing of that video. I'm so supportive of these peaceful protesters.
Here,
1, 2, 3, get sprayed.
Look, this is on Milo's YouTube, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Why everyone needs to fucking back up and take a good look at what's going on. The first comment with 1,369 likes from Pepe the Deplorable. It says, I think it's time for a second civil war, and that's the top comment on this video. The next one down is, so who is ready for the next civil war?
Oh my god.
Truth of the matter is the truth of the matter is that liberals don't believe in guns, so the fight should be very quick. And if you look at these replies, you know, there's a lot of people that they don't even seem like they're joking around at all here. That are just you know.
I see your point, Vinny. Maybe the right is getting a little angry.
And but this is a natural progression. You know, you start pushing back and forth, and this is what's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah, it says, and the next guy down's agreed, let's get those ARs ready. We'll start with California. It'll be a field day mowing them down. This is not good shit to see people talking about each other like this in their fucking country. It wasn't that long ago that it wasn't like this, that we had a little bit of respect for each other just as Americans.
Right.
You know, and I know that's cheesy and whatever, but look, dude, come on. We don't want to be going this fucking direction. This is what they've been trying to create for years. This is the whole globalist plan, what it's always been to bring the New World Order in. They need to destroy the United States. They have to destroy us, and they need to break us up into factions and get us warring with each other so that some global agency can come in to take control and calm things down. Because the world community is going to be sick of our shit. We do look crazy to a lot of the fucking world.
Oh my god!
You know,
I know.
this
Dude,
has been the plan, and now it's happening right in front of us. You can completely see it. It's playing out exactly like we've been told by many intelligent people for fucking decades. Hey, look, they want to start a civil war so all the fucking people that you're really mad at can go sit offshore, sit on their yachts, go to Europe, whatever they're gonna do, while we all fucking slaughter each other. For what? For nothing, so that eventually we can either have to fight against a global invading kind of force, or we'll just destroy ourselves to the point that they'll just walk in and take control.
Right.
You know what? Who wants this? Come on, dude. This is why the truth. This is the truth movement, right? This used to be everybody understanding that right and left wing are not even real terms. They're put in front of you to try to corral your thinking and to try to box you in to something and make you loyal to something other than real ideology, which is what you should be loyal to, is logic and your own real ideology and what you really think. But instead, they box us together like this. And the truth movement used to be about understanding all that, and now I've seen more and more of the truth movement go completely right wing in a way that you know what I mean. That it's like now you're just looking at the left and going, "You're the enemy," and you forgot that this was the plan. You used to know this. You guys used to understand this. This was the plan.
Yeah, it's just.
And I know, dude, I said earlier, I'm having the same emotions. That's how I knew people were going to be saying this stuff. Because I know how irritating it is to see the protests like this and to see the left kind of get more and more hysterical over the past few years. I know, it's fucking irritating. But you can't buy it. You can't buy into it.
Right, but they are.
And we are. And it's hard not to.
Well,
but look what's happening, dude. Look what's fucking happening. You know, then you had this other guy. Just again, I don't know if we're even at this point maybe contributing to this whole thing that I'm railing about, but this is what's been going around in the news today. I thought this guy was a trooper. Yeah, this guy came off as pretty funny too. Milo, and Trump supporter attacked at UC Berkeley tonight when he went to see Milo speak. So we got a reporter looking at a broken window. By the way, there's some great reporting. He's walking up to this broken window and pointing at it. As you can see, this window. Yeah, like we get it. This window seems to have been impacted and it seems to have broken. As you can see, you can see where an object went through it, and then the spider webbing that came off of it here. And as you can see, shards laying on the ground inside. Very, very, very dangerous situation in and around this window. A lot of broken glass. We need to be careful tonight. So yeah, he's taking a look at this window. He thinks this window is just about as crazy as anything going on around here. but then his story comes to him. Yeah, this other guy's like, I'm gonna find a reporter to talk to, and he just comes barreling in.
How you doing? Hi everybody. What happened to you? My name's Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock here, he's a rotund fella
pretty big dude, and he's got like long blonde hair that looks all fucking fucked up, messed up, and he's got blood coming out of his eye. He's got blood all over his face.
Looks like a guy if I met at a bar, I'd smoke some weed with him or something.
Yeah, he would
know?
have some weed for sure. This guy.
Yeah. You know, like I off the bat, I'm like, this guy's probably a good guy.
Yeah, he seems like he's got just kind of a nice kind of way about him, you know.
Right.
So whatever. Let's see what he says. He's covered in blood, and he's
there's blood pouring down his face. He's got gashes on his face,
and he's smiling and having a good time with it. Let's check him out.
Eddie Brock.
And how did you get the...
So, as we were talking earlier, I decided to be for Milo, for freedom of speech, for freedom of expression, to let Milo talk at this place. And these anti-fascists
Yep.
decided that was too much, threw rocks at me, broke my phone,
rocks
and
broke his phone.
they decided to steal from me and break my face.
Yeah, the anti-fascist fascists.
The anti-fascist fascist. A great way to put it. And they probably did do some damage on his face. I mean, it looked bad.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I know that at the center of this is government provocateurs. I just know it. I know that's not everybody, and people get caught up in it. I've witnessed myself. I think I've said this before at the NATO protest in Chicago a few years back. I was standing there filming, and I just wanted to film. I was interested in starting a YouTube channel, maybe doing a little documentary about this, and I'm standing there filming everything, and this guy is talking to me. He's like, you want to get in the fight or something? He said something weird like that, and I was like, no, I don't know. I was like, dude, I don't know who you are, you know. And I think from that response, he kind of realized that I wasn't going to fall for any of it. And then like 2 minutes later, he's like standing there and he's black bloc, and they're all, him and a couple other guys in their black bandanas and their black clothes, and just basically standing there looking like that. That's all they were doing. And these two college kids literally come up and go, "How do we join you?" And they go, they pull out black bandanas from their pockets and give them to these kids and tell them to put them on your face, go run up there and fight the cops. I've seen it with my own eyes, dude. The guy, he looked like some kind of weird ex-military special forces guy too. He just had that fucking way of carrying himself and that strange kind of psycho confidence and shit, you know. And he didn't.
They're always psycho. The leaders of these things.
And
my God.
so, dude, I've seen it with my own eyes. I am convinced that these guys are not what they say they are. These fucking anti-fascists and anarcho-communists. Oh my God. Jesus Christ! How are all of them so contradictory too? That's what it's so laughably fucking retarded.
They're so dumb, but people are taking them seriously.
Yeah.
It's
most people don't know what they are, and if you're unclear, they're for the most part a bunch of mixed up childish morons. I know, like, look, I'm not trying to be a douche. I know some of you out there that really want to, like me, that really want to see things fucking taken down and destroyed. And Alex doesn't really agree with that, but that's my thing.
That's not true. I want everything to be reformed. And I want the federal government to be basically nothing, and I want local government and state government to prevail. That's what I want.
And I'm down for straight up anarchy and a totally new way of living. But whatever, we'll get there. We'll figure it out eventually. Let's see what else our buddy here, who's probably got some weed, has to say.
Decided to steal from me and break my face. Nothing but cowards. And this is what they want to represent. This is not America. America is freedom, America is liberty, and America is Donald Trump's.
Okay. A little cheesy at the end, but I like the guy.
I mean, clearly he's never made a power.
He's just had the shit beat out of him, and
he just had the shit beat out of him, and he walked up with a smile on his face because he knew that he needed to get that message on mainstream media.
And he's right. They are cowards. I've never seen any of these people, by the way, in any of these protest videos actually square up and go toe-to-toe with somebody. Never. They attack in groups with weapons, you know.
Or they'll blindside you.
Right.
But the big thing at the inauguration was they were attacking women like old women, just women. As long as they were by themselves, no men were really attacked. It was all women. I mean, these people are cowards.
Yeah.
And if you ever see them confronted by like a real dude or like a couple of guys, they don't fuck with them at all.
Like when Gavin McInnes just started fucking thrashing that guy.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh yeah, dude. Again, Gavin is another one of these guys that I get sick of the routine of, you know.
Oh, dude.
Let's prove Islam is bad. Let's prove women are stupid. Let's do this. And you know, I've liked a lot of it, but it gets exhausting after a while, you know. And there was that video where somebody poked him with something or whatever as he walked by.
It was like a flagpole. He like hit him with it, and then Gavin turns around and the guy says to him, "You want to go?" And Gavin charges right at him. "Yeah, I want to go, motherfucker!"
Yeah,
and he starts hitting the guy. It's great.
And then then all of a sudden everybody turns into like, "Hey, chill out, man! What are you doing?"
Yeah. And then the same guy who attacked him starts saying, "Yo, chill out, chill out, chill out."
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly, dude. This is
pussy.
And that's the thing is, honestly, I think a lot of the world was way better, and a lot of us were way better off when you could just knock the shit out of somebody without going to prison. You know, like the people suck so bad now, and there are a lot of these people out there that will do things that you literally can't believe. The insanely fucking stupid immaturity of initiating contact violently with someone and then acting like you've been attacked right afterwards. You can't even process it. But there are a lot of people that will do shit like that.
I think we're gonna see it in a video we're gonna watch in a little bit. A clear example of it.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, and again, like not to try to bow up as like, hey, you guys don't want to mess with the right wing, you know, nothing like that. But I'm telling you, you are gonna get your asses fucking stomped at some point. I'm telling you, dude, there's gonna be people that start showing up to this thing, to stuff like this, wanting you to fucking touch them. Just give me a reason. Dude, just fucking give me a reason. That's what's gonna start happening.
Me and Vinny aren't right-wingers, but right-wingers are the type of people that are gun owners. They're the type of people that are ex-military. Me and Vinny are just kind of, well, he's an anarchist. I'm not as much of one, but we do not mind getting in a fight, and we'll fight back fucking hard. So we welcome this shit.
Right, and it almost, we're also the type of people that we're idiots to a certain degree, and we just see like stuff like this and we just want to get into it. Just like, yeah, dude, come on, touch me, please, oh God, please, you know,
please touch me.
Just so we can get the poison out, get the fucking anger out.
Right.
You know, after you get in a fight, you have the next month is like, oh, you're so much more relaxed. Everything's nice. Like, got that out of my system.
Yeah.
You know?
I think kind of a quote out of Fight Club, something about when you're done fighting, like everything is silent. Like it really is like it resets your entire way of thinking.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. And then you feel, especially if you didn't get arrested, you kind of go like, all right, like I got away with something. I should calm down for a while, you know? I should, because every time I've been in a fight in my life, there's like a period of a couple months leading up to it where I'm just kind of walking around just like, you know, I really hope somebody would fuck with me. You know, I just leave the house like, God, I hope somebody says some stupid shit to me. And then finally, you know, because that's how I know, like, I can avoid fights if I'm not walking around like that. It's not that hard. But like when you are walking around like that, you'll find something, you know. And it takes usually a month or two for me. But
I'm sure there are like big like steroid douchebags that would try to pick fights with us, but the majority of the people like we're talking about would never look at you or I and say, you or me and say that like they could actually think they could fight us. Like it just, we just look like we don't give a fuck because we don't. We'll go at it with you. And we've done it before.
And we both probably usually have knives on us and shit too and stuff going on. So that's just how we are. Whatever.
Don't fuck with us.
Yeah, that's the point we're trying to make. You better cop to our authority and our superior physical stature. or
Yeah,
we'll be out
hey.
there to beat the fuck out of you faggots at your protests.
Listen up, snowflakes. We're not gonna take your shit, you fucking libtards.
Oh God, we're stupid. No, but you know what I'm saying. I think our point is like when people like me and you are starting to feel this way, hardcore right wingers are 10 times as angry and 10 times as violent.
And they actually have weapons.
Yeah, right. That's my point. Everybody needs to slow their roll just a little bit.
God, it's just does nobody have foresight anymore? Like
a lot of people, like I was saying about the truth movement, a lot of these people can't remember 5 years ago that we knew that this was entirely the fucking plan and that this is what we were supposed to be avoiding. So, if you like Trump and you're in the truth movement and you think that's the way to go and that's our best shot, fine. But then don't be out talking about civil wars and engaging this other fucking hysterical band of lunatics on the left. You know what I mean?
No. I mean, this is okay. I just want to lay out like my ultimate dream. What I hope would happen will happen with Donald Trump is that he's 100% legitimate. He brings sovereignty back to us and proves everybody wrong and creates a society that's not run by fucking pedophiles.
Amen to that. And we're gonna go into that in just a minute when we come back. OverdoseTalkShow.com.
Motherfucking overdose.
Yeah. Where we might say anything. You never know.
You never, ever know what you're going to get on this show.
It's raw, unfiltered.
We surprise ourselves every day.
Man, sometimes I am just absolutely shocked by the types of things that we'll say. Okay. Let's really quick finish up with that UC Berkeley stuff. We've been talking about that for too long. Trump said something about cutting federal funding, of course, because he
tweeted.
You have to admit it. It's pretty fucking hilarious. Him just having this like teenage mentality of just tweeting about everything, it's
the only way he can get his honest opinions out because the media twists everything he says. So I kind of get it.
All right, well, fair enough. But it's still, it is fucking funny. I mean, whether you
it is. I mean,
whether you love
the world we're living in is
whether you love
hilarious.
the guy or hate him. I mean, this is closer to idiocracy than we've ever been.
Exactly. I'll admit that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, do you want to hear the tweet? I've got it right here. If UC Berkeley does not allow free speech and practices violence on innocent people with a different point of view, no federal funds?
Yeah, and it goes back to what we were talking about before. Now, it's not as though like the college has an official stance of supporting this kind of stuff or something like that. So in a way, it kind of makes no sense. But like I was saying, the faculty and staff is part of cultivating this kind of atmosphere, I think. So
right, and somebody brought up a point to me about these were campus police. I guess there were real police there too, but there were campus police that were not protecting students, and isn't that why they're there?
I don't know, dude. They're like cheap security probably that are like fuck
right,
this,
but
dude. I'm not getting involved in this.
It seems like UC Berkeley, and based on their responses to the whole thing, they weren't like apologetic. It seems like, and they get a lot of funding. It seems like they don't give a fuck. They're gonna keep pushing. They're gonna keep brainwashing the type of people that do these things because we keep going to more and more liberal colleges. If you follow the Milo Yiannopoulos, his dangerous faggot tour that he's done. Yeah. It was the shooting in Washington last week or a week and a half, and now it's this, and it just keeps getting worse. So
and they're learning, and now the dangerous thing is they're learning that if they behave violently enough that they can actually stop him from speaking, and that's what they want. So you're giving them what they want. And it's dangerous. Right. It's kind of like the country just has one huge giant, like drunk psycho girlfriend right now. That's kind of what's going on. And you never want to validate their behavior or reinforce it positively.
You're talking about the left, of course, right?
Yeah, well, it's more specifically the kind of more extreme left who's going completely hysterical lately. It really is just like if you've ever had just a fucking drunk psycho girlfriend that, like, it doesn't matter what you say, there's no logic, it's just all just emoting and lashing out and weird, and then, you know, the next day denying that they did half the shit that they did, and then if they do admit it, it's your fault somehow. You know, that whole drunk girlfriend thing, it's really not too different from the way these kids are behaving.
At the end of the day, they're not at fault. You're the asshole. Just like
you made them go crazy. It's your fault that they did all this crazy shit.
Yeah, and it's Donald Trump's fault that he's a fascist Nazi. Yeah, and people are supporting him. So we must be taken out with force. It's your fault. It's not ours. Jesus.
Yeah, they really just don't. They just don't make a whole lot of sense right now. And whatever, dude. I don't want to harp on it all fucking day. It's just, you know.
Yeah, I've had enough.
Yeah, I also do. I understand being young, and not really being all that aware, but being passionate and feeling like you want to change something and getting caught up in something you don't understand. I think a lot of these people will look back on this and go, ugh, and they'll kind of cringe, and they'll feel embarrassed at one point in their life, but.
The beautiful thing is there's so many people now. There's hundreds of people now that have videos of them being complete idiots, exposed as how stupid they are.
Yeah.
And that's never going away.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I was checking out this Pizzagate, this new Pizzagate video that came out from Comet Ping Pong. Right?
I can't say 100% that it was last night, but I think it was because it came out this morning. So,
yeah,
I think it was on the night of February 1st.
Okay, and this is from Press Reset Earth, which is a YouTube page that I've known for a while. I've seen a lot of good videos on. He's one of the woke YouTubers.
I wasn't sure about him. He just had the best video to use.
Yeah, I can't remember what the exact nature of his content is, but I remember thinking that I liked that channel. So this is the guy, and he's out in D.C., and he happens to catch this protest in action at Comet Ping Pong, which, of course, is a big part of the Pizzagate controversy and conspiracy theory, I suppose you could call it.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I see, dude. First of all...
Yeah, tell me what you see. I'll kind of talk about what they're saying.
First of all, it's like the Westboro Baptist Church showed up to protest Pizzagate. It's very strange. It's all these people with fucking anti-gay signs and stuff like this. And I immediately thought to myself, you know, this is probably something to try to make Pizzagate look wacky and stupid, because this will get picked up by the media, this will get covered, right, and it'll be, oh, you know, anti-gay, right-wing Christian Pizzagate people showed up, and that's what they'll try to frame it as. When no, this is not a wacky fucking thing. It has nothing to do with the fact that James Alefantis is gay. It has everything to do that he was dating one of the head guys from Media Matters,
David Brock,
the George Soros Foundation, Media Matters, and
Media Matters.
So it has everything to do with that. It has nothing, for most of us, to do with the fact that the guy's gay at all. But now they're trying to turn it into this. And so,
I mean, it could be coincidence, or it could be a plant. Well, I don't think it's a plant because the guy knew his shit.
Yeah, but they would, dude. I mean, it only would take you a couple days.
Point, you know. So yeah, that's true. But either way, I'm glad this happened.
Why would you show up with all these like anti-gay signs if you were trying to get the message that why aren't they anti-pedophilia signs? That's what stuck out to me immediately.
Right. Yeah, well, and like all they talk about on the megaphone is pedophilia, but at the beginning they mentioned something about he's gay, and it's just like
at the beginning he's like equating gay people to pedophiles,
so it's
saying
like,
it's the same thing for some reason.
That's an easy way to just dismantle the whole thing and say, look, they're anti-gay. But you have to just listen past the first minute, and then all he talks about is the pedophilia.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think it's a plant. I do. Hold on.
to come out here and let's address what the news is talking about going on with that pizza shop. Let's talk about the shit on his Instagram. That is shame.
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 They do have a cool sign at Comet Ping Pong. A cool neon
Yeah.
sign.
By the way, you'll see Vinny, like this guy who's clearly like the clean cut one who's trying to instigate somebody to hit him.
Yeah, but that's
You'll
because
know.
if you go out in public and you protest against homosexuals, people get extremely angry. You know, that's
Okay.
not
I
that
don't know.
weird.
I thought he was like a plant, but okay.
Yeah, I think, dude, I don't know. This group of guys that are doing this protest, they just look weird to me. They
do look weird. Like they're wearing sunglasses at night. It's very weird.
They look like ex-military bikers or something, you know.
Right.
And
I wouldn't fuck with especially that guy in the sunglasses on the right. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with that guy.
No, these guys they look pretty tough and they look pretty I don't know. It just looks suspicious to me. It looks like fucking planted government agents
Right.
or some shit.
I mean,
that's what it looks like.
We've already covered the 99% sure false flag attack at Comet Ping Pong,
Right.
with a guy who was an actor. Won't get into that, but so this has happened at Comet Ping Pong before.
Yeah, and if
so-
you're just finding out about our show, check out on our channel the previous few shows going back probably 5 or 6 or something. We've covered Pizzagate really extensively, so we don't want to just keep going over the same info. But our old shows, we've covered it about as well as anybody, I think.
Yeah. Based off, and I mean, if you want a good recap of it, I think there was a podcast that talked about it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, what do you mean?
No, I am. Well, yeah, go back to our videos.
Yeah, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, just go check them out. You'll find them.
Yeah, just search Pizzagate under our YouTube page. You'll find it.
Okay.
So yeah. This does seem very strange.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm not buying it.
What does that tell you? When this man is an advocate and a supporter of homosexuality. This entire neighborhood, hey, the only difference between a homosexual and a pedophile is a few more children.
Yeah, see, how is this not them just trying to make Pizzagate look crazy? That's all I see here. Because these people do look nuts. I mean, and you don't have to be nuts to understand that Pizzagate is real and it's progressing, and there's a lot of people talking about it and a lot of people very angry. And now it's come out recently that it's rumored that Podesta is going to be charged with something or other, right?
Right. Yeah. Well,
that's just a rumor, I think, at this point.
Thing, I follow the 8chan a lot, 4chan a little bit, and that's where I get a lot of Pizzagate info because it's uncensored, and it's all been very fucking strange lately.
Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation out and a lot of stuff that I think is deliberately trying to make it look crazy this, dude.
Sorry, what I was gonna.
That's what I
was
think
gonna
this
say,
is.
I forgot. There's been people who are active users, who have done a ton of digging, and then they say they're gonna go do a personal investigation in a certain building or something, and then they don't get hurt again on the chans. That's happened twice, as I know, and maybe more.
Huh.
So there are people that, according to the boards, have disappeared because they've been searching it.
All right, well, who knows?
Yeah,
could be.
Maybe you want to skip up to about 4 minutes, 3:45.
Okay.
Go to 3:45. You start, 3:45. This is the douchebag.
You want to
Watch.
talk about twisted? This man has a music group
Yeah, you see one of the guys who doesn't like these Christian protesters come up and start just bumping into him over and over. I've
Yeah.
seen this tactic a lot at stuff
yeah,
like this.
I've heard that like it's something that they teach because they have conferences where they teach these protesters. You put your like body weight on but like no arms, and it's a way of instigating contact to get them to hit you.
Right. That's definitely what it looks like. So yeah, this guy just comes out of the crowd and starts doing that to these
Yeah.
guys. But honestly, I'm not really on anyone's side here. Like, you
No,
can't. I mean,
it's-
what kind of fucking retards are you? You have to be holding your religious signs about fornicators and homosexuals, and
Yeah.
just yeah, you're making everyone look retarded. This is really fucking stupid.
Okay.
Hold on.
He put on his red mask. He took on his persona as Majestic Ape. You know, the Majestic Ape that you're always going home and talking about. And he said, Jared Fogle, a convicted pedophile. And this is what the owner of this pizza shop said.
Okay, I gotta say some of his information is correct, but some of it's not. I don't know. Some of it's a little.
No, yeah, dude, these guys are out there to make this look stupid,
Yeah.
to give the media something to point to and go, oh, look how crazy people that
Yeah,
believe in,
you know what?
Pizzagate are.
You're right.
Yeah.
But go to like 6:20. That's when it gets really weird. This is when it gets like people start screaming. The crowd gets huge.
Yeah, well, and the only reason if they would just say, hey, we're concerned that there could be some connection to pedophilia here with the owner
Right.
of this place. We have some information here. We'd like to fucking talk to you. Instead, but when you're standing out there being like blatantly anti-homosexual, that's what gets people really fucking angry, and they know that. Come on, dude, you would never do this if you really wanted to get a message out.
Right. Even the people that do that understand that people don't like it.
Yeah.
You want to? I mean, all it does is basically rifle off facts and they yell. So go to 6:20. That's when it gets really
Yeah, that's
strange.
what I'm doing. There you go.
How many viewers you got?
And they're chanting "Love Trump's hate," arguably the weakest protest chant of all time, by the way.
But how does this turn into a Trump thing?
I have no idea.
Oh,
They would probably look
I-
at like
I always-
Christians
I-
who they perceive as right wing, and they would just assume they're on board with Trump. I guess I don't know.
I forget that they always like it's a double entendre, so they just say, "Oh no, it just means that our love is going to trump your hate." Like it doesn't. Yeah, but it could mean love trumps hating people. It's kind of both ways.
Yeah, like you're gonna just like metaphysically transform him with the power of your love.
Yeah, it's all fun. It's so stupid. But are you at the point where like the bitches start screaming?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna post it on my main channel. Yeah, go ahead. So Tom, what's some of the 2 or 3 pieces of evidence? Why these guys protesting right here right now?
Well, it's a little loud, man. Maybe in a little while.
Yeah, we'll get to
Holy fuck! Look at these stupid cunts.
I know.
Jesus Christ!
Wow, they're so passionate about this.
They're screaming like they're being ripped apart, dude.
Right. It's weird. The whole thing is so weird.
God, that is fucking awful.
Yeah, it's terrible to hear. Sorry, guys.
That is one of the worst fucking scream sounds I've ever heard in my life. I want to hear that again, actually, kind of. Yeah.
It
Listen to
sounds
that.
like they're on a roller coaster.
Ugh, sorry. Okay, I just had to hear that again really quick. Yeah, what a spectacle! And you do something that gets everyone angry and is going to turn everyone against anyone who wants to talk about Pizzagate.
Right.
Okay, so
And
that's what they're doing.
And I'm so annoyed of the Pizzagate being only like people think it's just about Comet Ping Pong. Again,
Right.
if you're a
Yeah,
new
dude.
listener,
We're talking
it's
about
not
thousands of emails from WikiLeaks
Yeah.
that are confirmed.
Yeah.
100% real emails between people who you can prove who they are, and you know, and they're very creepy, and it needs to be fucking looked at, especially
They're-
with how many fucking times we've already discovered high-level pedophile rings in this and a ton of other countries, be they religious, government organizations, child protective organizations.
Right.
You know,
I mean,
military and Blackwater having fucking underage prostitutes shipped around the Middle East and stuff, you know, and like,
well, okay,
dude,
so,
it happens
here's-
everywhere.
Like, yeah, okay, here's two things in the last few years. Well, a while ago, they really exposed the Catholic Church, even
Yeah,
though
I mean,
kind of new.
That
And then,
at one time, the average person probably didn't even believe that, and now it's like,
Right.
now
It was
it's
like a rumor. It was
now
a
it's
rumor.
cliche. It's so fucking well
yeah,
known.
it's
you
a
know?
household thing.
Yeah.
And then you had the Sandusky thing, that college coach that was raping 8-year-old boys in the
Of course.
gym in the shower.
That other people from what I remember about that case definitely knew about.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, because somebody told on him, but
No,
so
I mean
that's
other
true.
like adults that were around and
Oh,
stuff. You know,
Right. You're right. Yeah. So like the powerful people tend to do this.
Right.
And these are all confirmed things.
Oh, it goes back
and
thousands
then-
of years. I mean, it's yeah.
and then-
it's,
And then like a few months ago, they had the massive pedophile ring uncovered in Norway. I think
Right.
we've talked about that.
we've gone into
and
all
then
this, yeah.
just recently, now this article is from February 1st, so a day ago, 474 arrested, 28 sexually exploited children rescued during statewide human trafficking operation. This is in Los Angeles.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
this stuff is all the time, dude. We've covered.
Well,
I don't know. I honestly, since I've started this show, I bet I've done more than 50 stories on pedophile rings involving like rich, wealthy, prominent people. Like it's just all over the
yeah.
place.
But to tie it into Pizzagate, I think the reason they're fighting it so hard is because Pizzagate is the top level people. These little things that are happening are like the smaller scale guy. These are like the people who go out and catch the kid for the billionaires, and they're cracking down on them first. But we guarantee you, there's going to be a lot more of this to come. There's going to be more.
Oh yeah, well, and with
Small
if
pedophilia
there's
rings, and then hopefully today they started talking about they're going to reopen the investigation on Anthony Weiner,
Mm-hmm.
which will lead to a lot more things, and there's a lot of people you were talking about the John Podesta thing, so just
right
there's a lot to
now
talk about.
I've just been hearing a lot of rumors that people will say, hey, my sources say that they're looking at Podesta really hard and that charges might be, you know.
yeah. But these
so
people that have been saying that they've been right about everything in the last year.
Sure,
so it's
some of them, yeah.
So I mean, everything's panned out as the people have predicted, the insiders. And
The other thing about though that Pizzagate is that this really would serve to crumble the facade, if you will, that that government has, that they're somehow morally superior. I mean, the average person is finally waking up to the idea that, like, look, yeah, we can't pretend that they have this morally superior stance anymore. They're a bunch of fucking scumbags. And
Hey,
I think if
yeah.
Pizzagate was to really come out and really get, you know, and some provable evidence was going to happen and people would get prosecuted and there were cases and blah, 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 I think that would dismantle the whole illusion in a huge way. Because, you know, we've already had stuff like, you know, the Franklin cover-up was before the internet. You know, and that was the one centered in Nebraska around the Franklin Credit Union that there were a lot of high-level people implicated in, but most of them got away with it. And it was a pedophile ring. It was known, established, books and movies and all kinds of stuff, and you can find out as much as you want about it. It's very interesting. But you know, we've already had stuff like that before the internet that was close to the level of Pizzagate, close to it.
There was a guy who was being accused of something, and he came out in front of Congress, I think, or the Senate, and said, "If you guys want to pursue this, I'm gonna expose many people in this room, and then the investigation stopped.
That was
I don't know.
that was Barney Frank, and it
Yeah.
just so happens that before the show, Alex, I thought of that too, and I queued this up. This is an old news report.
Democrat Barney
Okay.
Frank, a homosexual.
A homosexual. Wait, did you hear that? Hold on.
Oh.
I want to back that up because I had the volume down too much. Hold on. Here we go.
Was going on and was even receiving free and discounted sexual services. The fix seemed to be in. Frank was threatening members of Congress to remain silent prior to being exposed in this sex ring.
Massachusetts Democrat Barney Frank, a homosexual, threatened to expose fellow congressmen he knew to be gay unless they stopped spreading rumors.
Yeah, so we have so many examples of this, dude. I mean, that was a mainstream news report from the 90s. Barney Frank threatened to expose other people in Congress who are gay unless they stop asking questions. And then when people have dug into the case more, it turns out that it looks like there were underage prostitutes being being employed by this business that was being run out of his house. And he's still in the Senate, and he's a hero. People love him. Why do people on the left?
Right.
People on the left, they're so easily willing to compromise them. Well, people on the right too, I should be fair, actually. It's pretty much the same thing. But the Robert Byrd was the Speaker of the House and a former Klansman, and you got people that have like run prostitutes and underage prostitutes, and you guys just don't care. Did never care about any of this. Barney Frank is like a major icon to them. Whatever. Okay. So and plus, he was going to drop the dime on all his homo Congress people. That's not cool. The fuck?
No.
They trusted him. He's gonna go out there and blab about it just because he got caught.
Right.
That's the kind of guy that gets stabbed in prison immediately.
Yep. Well, so there's one thing I wanted to say. I don't know. I've listened to Trump's inauguration speech a few times, and there's the moment when he kind of calls out Washington, D.C., and he says we're going to take the power out of these people and we're going to put it back into the hands of the population and like real people. And he starts talking about God. I mean, he mentioned God more than any inauguration ever.
Yeah.
So I think he knows that a lot of I think a lot of politicians are about to be exposed, Democrats, Republicans alike, and these are really evil people that it's pretty much how they get their agendas through, whether they're just truly satanic or they get them involved in this stuff, and then it's blackmail for...
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think that's why it's so prevalent in governments around the world, is because it's a really, really effective way to control people. Is if you track and promote pedophiles, that you've always got this fucking nuclear bomb that you can drop on them if you ever need to, and they will stay in line.
Right, and then I think... Obama might not even have been a pedophile, but I think he was definitely gay or bisexual.
Yeah, there was a weird amount of rumors and stories and stuff. It was like if it was just a couple people making it up or something, it would be one thing. But there was a lot going on with that. Yeah.
But that might have been what they had over his head. I think these presidents they've had. Bill Clinton, the fucking rapist,
obviously, yeah.
And then Obama. You've heard the stories about Hillary,
and Bush Jr. was a reptile.
I think that's how they control these people. They find these psychopaths, and the globalists know that they control these people. The people pulling the strings. Because it's really not the president's, or it hasn't been for a while.
Well, right, which is what I was saying all leading up to the election is whatever. It's
right.
I'll believe in change when I see it, but as far as I know, it's next to impossible. So,
well, be a bit more optimistic. I guess it won't change the end result. So whatever, we'll see what happens. I'm more optimistic than you, but I'm just it's an exciting time to be alive.
Oh, isn't it? It's just wonderful.
I find myself saying that every single day to somebody.
My goodness, you are a ray of sunshine. I bet people love it when you say that too. They do they
'cause
respond well?
I'm in Chicago. They don't have the same views as me.
No. All right, that's enough of that shit for tonight. We have a teacher in Pawhuska arrested after doing a cartwheel in a dress with no underwear during class. Where the fuck did you find this? What is this?
Little gems.
I have no idea where this place is either. Let's just check it out. Hold on.
Yeah, play the video.
Yeah, okay.
New tonight, choir class at one local high school took a pretty unusual turn after a substitute teacher put on quite a show for some of the students. The teacher, well, she did cartwheel in front of her choir class, but she was not wearing any underwear. 2 Works For You reporter Coralie Pill.
Why would she do this? What the fuck, dude? And I was hoping she would be a lot hotter, by the way. That
right,
was
yeah.
kind of disappointing.
I don't know. You really have to listen to the whole thing to get it. But it's so weird.
Yeah, they're showing it, and some kid filmed it, obviously, because they're showing it with the blurry vagina. And, she's just, like, flips over, her skirt goes right up, and she's like, ooh, whoopsie.
I think a quote from her to police, she told police she was simply trying to be a cool teacher, and she only danced with the students. She had no recollection of doing the cartwheel.
She was all fucked up or something, huh? Hold on, let's see.
Was live near Pawhuska High School where the incident happened. And Coralie, I imagine some parents are pretty furious over this aerobic substitute.
Shara, they are furious, and one of the reasons is because the incident happened days ago and they're just now finding out about it. And most of them found out about it after seeing the video. Over the past few days, this Snapchat video of substitute teacher Lacey Sponsler.
Our kids are awesome now. He says this kid saw this coming from a mile away. It was like,
oh my God,
I'm about to see this bitch's snatch. Let me fucking pull the phone
video.
out.
And I want to say, there's a quote. A 17-year-old female student told police that she announced to the class that she was not wearing any underwear before she performed the cartwheel, talked about using drugs, and said that 14-year-old boys were like men.
Holy shit. Dude, this bitch sounds like a riot. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I wish I had some teachers like this.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Doing a cartwheel in front of a Pawhuska High School choir class without anything under her dress is circling the internet and landed her behind bars.
I think if you know you don't have any underwear on, you probably shouldn't be flip-flopping around, you know?
Oh, you think so?
Oh, yeah, right? Yeah,
Love these, always so useful, the fucking man on the street things on the news or whatever. Witnesses.
They pick the dumbest people on purpose.
Danielle Cass says it worries her knowing an educator would expose themselves to students at the same school her son goes to.
You expect them to be role models and set an example.
According to
Do you?
Well, let me say another quote. A student also told police that she saw Sponsler's vagina, quote, open and close as her legs were in the air.
Ugh. like it has a mind of its own, kind of like
or like I don't know, like
no,
like
I would
it
assume
winked, like it winked, or like it had the power to kind of open up and like you'd see deep inside.
Well,
and then it closed.
as her legs were like fully spread, then it kind of like snapped open for a second, and then I don't know why anyone would fucking convey that to anyone else. Like, why is that part of your story? Like,
right. It's a very weird
very
part
strange.
of the story. Which I don't know why the police had to put that in, like, that's in the report.
And I saw her vagina, and her vagina winked at me.
It winked at me, and I got scared. It's very confusing.
Yeah, hold on.
To police, Sponsor told students she didn't have any underwear on before doing a cartwheel. They say she also told students to destroy the video.
If the teachers don't know how to act, how's our kids going to know how to act?
Maybe because you'll teach them how to act. I hate that people look at teachers like this thing, like they're supposed to raise your kids and they're supposed to be these infallible creatures. Dude, everybody knows when I was growing up, my teachers were fucking morons, most of them.
You get like
assholes.
Two that are smart.
Yeah, you had a few good ones.
But that just like they just want a decent job and they just want to live a peaceful life and they become a teacher and kind of help kids. But that's so rare.
It is, yeah.
Schools released this statement today saying they take the safety of its students seriously, and Sponsler is no longer allowed to work at the school in the future.
It's not very good for our community and for our school.
Now parents are hoping the district will keep a closer eye on teachers.
I'm just glad that my kids weren't there to see anything like that, you know.
Oh, how awful would it be to see a vagina? My goodness, they must be traumatized.
Right,
Holy
yeah,
shit.
and I wanna say
that's one of the most irritating things about this country is this fucking idea that nudity is gonna hurt you somehow. It's fucking weird, dude.
Why you can't see tits on TV?
Yeah,
but
I know.
Also, I want to point out that in this article I have, every single person who complained about seeing the vagina, they were females. They were well, I don't know why would a man, but they've seen vaginas before. They have them. What's the big deal?
I don't know why people are like this. I think there's explanations about the religious.
I'm not saying that this lady is probably a good teacher and should be staying around, but why are they so up in arms? It should just be like, okay, she's never going to work here again. Done.
Right.
But she is arrested, right?
Did
we
she
get to that yet?
Oh, I don't know. Hold on.
Continue. Sorry.
She Works For You did some digging, and we uncovered she was charged with possession of a controlled substance within 1,000 feet of a university in 2007.
I want to see this girl snatch. She's kind of weird looking, but I'd look at her pussy, I think.
The
reporter.
The reporter.
She was also charged with unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia and public intoxication. Reporting live in Pawhuska, Corley Peel, She Works For You.
All right, Corley, thank you. And
so yeah, she was all fucked up or something.
Yeah, so I'm assuming she smokes weed and does pills.
Yeah.
Based off that, and gets really drunk too.
Little rum in the coffee cup, maybe.
Yeah. So I mean, she sounds like a riot. I guess I'll agree she probably doesn't belong in the school, but she didn't hurt anybody. I don't think
Oh God, everyone. But no, to me, a school is of course gonna fire her, fine, whatever. But it's the people's reaction of like, oh, I'm glad my kids didn't have to be traumatized by this. It's like, dude, holy fuck. Do you know how uptight this country is with shit like that? Like, you know how funny this would be to somebody in Europe to be like, what the fuck? Why?
What?
Yeah.
Or like, by the way, there's countries where they make the kids watch public beheading. I think we're okay in this country if your kid saw a vagina at 17.
Even if it opened and closed, it's still not as bad.
Even if it winked at you, a 17-year-old female.
Right.
I think a 17-year-old female can handle seeing a vagina.
A vagina. Yeah.
A vagina.
I agree, and I think everybody needs to shut the fuck up. And I think that lady is a goddamn hero, and she should be given her job back.
Yeah, you know what? I'd like to smoke a bowl with her.
We should try to get her on the show. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be great. But she's probably she's in jail, and she's probably skeptical to talk to any. I mean, maybe if we played it right, we could get her.
Yeah, we'd be nice to her.
I'll
try to find out who she is. She's probably a great thing about stuff like this. I've had weird news stories before that I've gotten the person on because I just look. Everybody's on Facebook. I just look up their name and look for the picture that looks like them and go, hey, is it you from this video? Like, yeah.
Well, she's probably getting a ton of hate mail if she is online.
Not from me. She won't be.
No. Well, praise will be like. Honestly, we think you've been done a huge injustice.
Yeah.
We'd like to have you on our talk show. We get a few thousand listeners every episode, and we just want to. We want to clear the record. We want to hear your account, and we just want to let you know we think you sound like a cool person.
Mm-hmm. And we're down with the snatch shows.
Yeah, we're down with the snatch shows and we're down with the drugs, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, let's do some drugs and take our pants off. Party.
Oh, all right.
All right.
That's about all we had tonight,
We're out of time for this evening. No, we could go on forever. It's not us. It's just the time slot. That's the problem.
Fuck, the managers or the bosses upstairs are telling us we gotta fucking
Always trying to shut us down because we're too in your face, we're too raw, we're too crazy, we're a couple of madmen on the mics, and they can't fucking handle it.
Listen up, you motherfuckers upstairs, and you know who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
You just can't handle us. You need to realize that this is the future. People want to hear open conversation.
And you need to do some acid, man.
Get with the times, man.
All right, everybody. See you in a couple days or something.
Bye.